Hello and welcome to the semi-finals for the Thor Open 2012, live from Stockholm. Well, the teams are live from Stockholm. I'm not. I'm live from The Hague. But we're gonna see the semi-finals between 4 friends plus Rally, or 4FC as a lot of people like to know them, versus FnaticEU, Fnatic Raid Call. Both on location, both in Stockholm. We saw yesterday that Fnatic was able to make it to the top of their group, beating Pulse in the last match of the day, beating Gum, beating Team Go. They were undefeated the entire way through. 4 friends, they have been defeated. They've been defeated by No Tidehunter. No Tidehunter made it to the top of their group, while 4 friends plus Rally were second in their group. So have to face up against number 1 of the other group. So we're gonna see these 2 teams battling it out. Best out of 3 semi-finals. The winner of this will of course be going to the finals, which will be played today at 3 CEST time, in case you are curious about that, which is of course still 5 hours away from now. But we shall find out. We have got ourselves a Magnus band now, together with a Bounty Hunter and an Undying. So far no real surprise yet. Let's see what 4 friends does not want to have go through.
10 seconds remaining.
Because of course there are a lot of heroes that we have seen lately. I mean, there's even been Magnuses going through. That's my most biggest surprise, that people still let Magnus go through. Though having said that, I have seen them lose too with Magnus. Just saying, it's possible. But we will find out. No Magnus this game. Quite happy about that. We might have a Wisp being picked up. Well, we know that Fnatic loves playing that aggressive playstyle, so if 4FC lets it go through, then we might have that one picked up by Fnatic. Of course, we also still have the Sven, perhaps. I'm secretly hoping for a Chaos Knight, because I like to see her a Chaos Knight. We have got a Bedrider band out, however, so that's going to be the band for 4FC, as we're going to see what Fnatic wants to pick up. Of course, we also still have the Templar Assassin in the pool, but Fnatic now has to make a choice. What hero are they going to let through? Are they going to pick up the Templar Assassin themselves, knowing that there's already the Bedrider that's a counter to that being banned out, but with still the risk that 4FC picks up that Darkseer to counter that Templar Assassin, perhaps? Or are they going to go for an entirely different route? That is the question right now, and they're going to use some of their bonus time to think this through. It's not going to come out fluently, but we shall find out. I mean, if they pick up a Wisp already, then basically 4FC knows that they're probably going to have to pick up the Chaos Knight just to make sure that 4FC cannot do that. And of course, there's still different combinations with Wisp, so but it's not ideal. We have got ourselves a Darkseer picked up, so they pick up the Darkseer, leaving 4FC to think about if they still want to pick up the Templar Assassin, because of course Darkseer, like I just said, it already counters that Templar Assassin. And if they don't pick up the Templar Assassin, which, you know, that might not happen because there's already counter on the opponent team, well, then Fnatic might just say, okay, you know what, we'll just pick up the Templar Assassin, and that's us being happy, and then maybe they can pick up a Wisp as well, and then have that sorted. We have got a Jakiro and a Lone Druid picked up by 4FC. Lone Druid, a hero that 4FC loves to play. We've seen them playing it yesterday as well, and we're gonna see them do the same thing today. And of course the Jakiro, a support, and there is the Wisp. I told you so. And Chaos Knight. I'm happy. I think we can go. No, that's not good to say as a caster. So we have Jakiro picked up by 4FC, so that's gonna be their solid support, and Wisp Chaos Knight picked up by FnaticEU. I like this pickup. It fits Fnatic's playstyle very well. At the same time, they kind of give away their cards. They kind of give away what they are planning on doing, and now 4FC can just anticipate on that one. They already have the Lone Druid, a hero that is very tanky and is not easily gankable. Not by the Wisp Chaos combination. I mean, yes, the stuns will be there, but Lone Druid is one of those heroes that can actually stay alive during those stuns. So not a good ganking target as 4FC, now ticking more into their bonus time than they already did before. Thinking about the next pickup, they still have of course a spot for mid laner, for carry themselves. They could pick up the Sven if they want to. If they want to go for one of the 4+1 strats. Of course they are 4 friends plus Rally, so you know, who knows. But go for a carry, and then having Lone Druid on the offlane as your safety net. And then a duo or tri lane coming off from them and a solo mid could be potential for them. As we are still, I mean, they're ticking into the bonus time heavily, and they pick up the Shadow Demon. So that is a bit of a saying, okay, you know what, we might be going for a aggressive tri lane, or at least have the Shadow Demon somewhere where he can save people, because Shadow Demon is a bit of the anti-gank. And if you're gonna have a gank lineup, well, then having an anti-gank is pretty nice to have. And of course I'm calling him the anti-gank because whoever is gonna get ganked or gonna get initiated on, he will be put in the disruption runs, and Shadow Demon will be able to save that person, unless of course he's being initiated on himself, because if he is stunned then he cannot disrupt himself. So it will be up to Fnatic to chain those stuns perfectly to make sure that Shadow Demon has no chance to put himself in that disruption. But that is the risk that you have as a Shadow Demon. You're able to play the anti-gank for other people, but not for yourself. It's a bit of a curse, I guess, in a way. As we're gonna see what Fnatic is gonna be banning out. I mean, they now know that probably Shadow Demon Jakiro is gonna be on the tri lane. So we're gonna see Fnatic banning out heroes that work well together with the Shadow Demon, which is of course the Kunkka, because he can land a torrent under the disrupted target. If they go aggressive, then that is a good hero to have. Of course, the Marana, for example, is a good hero to go together with the Shadow Demon as well. And basically there's just a lot of combinations together with the Shadow Demon, so I'm not even gonna try and name more. But yeah, we're gonna see them banning out a carry, maybe also a mid lane, as that's not being picked up yet by 4FC. We still have the Templar Assassin in the pool, of course, but well, I guess lately I have to say, well, and lately I mean basically yesterday and the day before, so 2 days. Ooh. And it is lately, so the last 2 days, the Templar Assassin hasn't been really favored that much. She has been still picked up. She has been also still banned out, as we see her now being banned out as well. But in the first picking or banning phase, she's kind of lost favor. It's like it's a bit more situational now, as we have still the Templar Assassin being banned out, and by of course for friends, because Fnatic was not too worried about that. They still had to face that one, since they already have a semi-counter against that one. And we're gonna see what Fnatic is gonna pick up as their next pickup. I'm gonna drink some tea, by the way. I'm halfway through my tea. It's almost done.
10 seconds remaining.
All good. Tea is needed to keep my voice, like in general, keep my voice.
Reserve time.
As again, reserve time for Fnatic. We're curious to see what they're gonna ban out next. I mean, there's just so many options still left. Maybe they want to ban out a nah. I'm thinking maybe they want to have their Lone Druid as their safe farmer, safe laner. But there's the Luna still being banned out, so still a carry that can go together with the Jakiro and the Shadow Demon. Now I have to say, Shadow Demon and Luna, the combination is not any spectacular combination, but Luna is actually a hero that doesn't have that much range, so having a disruption to start things off and have Luna move towards the target to be able to do her stuff, it's actually fairly decent, but it's mostly decent of course because of that soul catcher. And if you have a lucent beam on a soul caught target, then that is pretty damn painful. Of course, Luna is already that glass cannon, has a lot of nuke damage, and if she's gonna have that nuke damage amplified, then that's gonna hurt.
5 seconds remaining.
Imagine that going off on the Wisp. Well, he'll be sad.
Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend being banned out, so 4FC banning out the mid heroes that I don't want to be facing. So expecting indeed that Chaos Knight and Wisp being on the safe lane, probably Darkseid on the long lane solo. And I have to still say, I mean, for both teams, it is still possible to pick up a jungle hero. We still have everything in the pool. We might have the Enigma maybe banned out, as we have another carry banned out by Fnatic. This time it's the Sven, so we're not going to see that one either. But yeah, Enigma, and I actually think it's probably better in the lineup of Fnatic than it is in the lineup of 4FC. But it's still possible for both sides. And if you already have a Lone Druid on one side and you accompany that with a Chen, for example, then you have quite a bit of pushing power for your team. Though I have to say, 4FC, it is not that ideal anymore to pick up a jungle hero, because they of course have the Shadow Demon and Jakiro, which indicates a tri lane. Though of course we have seen them soloing as well, so meh. And there goes the Enigma still. 4FC, they didn't want to face that one. Not from a Fnatic. They still have space for a Chen or a Enchantress. We're gonna see if they're gonna be doing that, and if they do, they're probably gonna pick it up now, just so they make sure that they're gonna leave it to the last moment for 4FC to counter their mid lane hero.
5 seconds
As
remaining.
well, Queen of Pain is actually still in the pool, so that might be a nice one. Because Queen of Pain is one of those solo mid heroes that, and together with the Invoker actually, that are just solid. They might not always win their lane, but losing the lane again, losing the lane for those heroes is pretty difficult. They should be able to keep up with their last hits anyway. And there's a Keeper of Light, so that will be the tri lane.
Dire team
Wisp, Chaos Knight, Keeper of the Light. I mean, oh, last sip of tea. Wait. There we go. I'm done. No more interruptions. So Keeper of Light, Wisp, Chaos Knight. We have seen this plenty of times before. Chaos Knight Wisp is of course a very strong combination already. If you have a Reality Rift and when your Tether is active, then that's done. The Tether stun will hit regardless, because you'll be ported to the opposite side of your opponent, so the Tether will go through. So that's already very strong. And the thing about Chaos Knight Wisp is that it is very strong, but you know, at least you're certain that he's not going to be able to do it every single time, because he doesn't have that big of a mana pool. But then you combine it with the Keeper of the Light, and he has of course that chakra magic, so that is gonna be that. And oh, we're gonna see, no, we're not gonna see the tri lane. We're gonna see dual lanes. Keeper of the Light, Phantom Lancer is the call, and the same thing goes for the Phantom Lancer as for the Chaos Knight. It is the lance that can be spammed out constantly, target, and just Rocket Barrage, as the stream just died. Ah. News. Well, that was awkward.
Radiant team.
Don't know why that happened. But I hope you are back with me, and we have got ourselves a game for the Thor Open for 4FC against Fnatic. And it is looking to be a good one. And there's still a Queen of Pain for the mid lane for 4FC, but yeah, it looks like we might have an aggressive tri lane with a Gyrocopter, with the Shadow Demon and Jakiro. The combination possibility for them is quite insane. And it looks like they're going to be up against a dual lane, so we'll already be outnumbering their opponents. As we will have the, well, probably Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light there. And yes, they will be able to harass, but they're also very squishy, and I'm curious to see how this is going to go. We're going to swap over overlays so that you see the entire map. Sorry for the interruption there, as that was a, I don't know what happened actually. Maybe a hiccup in my internet or something like that. Meh. Oh well. But we will have the semi-finals. Then we'll also have a pause coming up from Fnatic, and we're gonna see who's playing what. And then we have audio issues on their side, as of course it is the LAN semi-finals. They are all in Stockholm playing right now, so no delay on my stream. So good news for that. But let's just see who's playing what. We have on 4FC, Eros Loco will be playing the Shadow Demon, Nose on his Queen of Pain, Boomski will be playing the Jakiro, Strange Bee will be playing the Gyrocopter with Shirley on his Lone Druid. And this is making for the typical 4+ Shirley lineup. For the people wondering, and I know you sometimes do, all my VODs are up on my YouTube channel after the game, so you might also want to watch instead No Time to Frost Pulse, which is of course casted live on the event by actually the Good Studio, which is of course covering the event in general in Stockholm. As let me know if my internet is acting up a bit more. I'm seeing that I dropped some of the frames, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be any more issues, because that would be bad, wouldn't it? Now, yes, it would. But maybe I will take this time to unplug my housemate. Be back. Okay, I am a mean person, but we'll see. The finals are of course played, by the questions in the chat. The finals will be played at 3 CET time, which is in 4.5 hours. So we're gonna see 4FC. They have got the 4FC lineup. So one Shirley, of course, the C in 4FC is gonna be farming on a top lane. My expectations anyway. With the rest, well, there will be of course a mid nose on his Queen of Pain, and I think this is going to be looking as an aggressive tri lane, and I like this. They know the playstyle Fnatic, they know it's aggressive, and they decided to fight fire with fire, and they're gonna be playing aggressive as well. So I like that a lot, as we are checking to see who's playing what on Fnatic, and we of course have got the pause still because there's audio issues, so we will have the entire team picking up their hero shortly. We'll see. It's gonna be Trixie who is gonna be playing the Darkseer, and Honey is going onto the table apparently. Interesting. We have got Fly playing his Keeper of Light era, of course, on his signature Chaos Knight. No Tail will be playing the Wisp, and that will leave JK or Honey playing the the Phantom Lancer. So we're gonna see that. I'm kinda curious to see how they're gonna distribute their lanes, because of course 4FC, their lineup kinda gives away what they wanna do. Gives away that they want to go for a tri lane, so an aggressive tri lane it is. So we might see Trixie being put up on the bottom lane, and then have a mid lane with the Chaos Knight and the Wisp, and then have an off lane with Phantom Lancer and the Keeper of the Light. But it will all depend on how they're gonna be running the lanes. They have a lot of options, and with the 2 dual lanes, definitely we'll be trying to make a 4FC wondering who is gonna go. So we might have some rotations for lanes on the side of 4FC after the lanes are known to each other. And yes, for the people wondering, this is indeed a best out of 3. This is game number 1 of the best out of 3 of the semi-finals of the Thor Open, live from Stockholm. Apart from myself, I'm not live from Stockholm, unfortunately. But hey, that doesn't matter. The teams are. What matters, right? I'm still quite sad. But anyway, it is indeed an offline event, as they might call it, even though we are obviously not offline. We are obviously online. Woohoo, but it's just called that way. And yeah, we're still waiting for Fnatic. Should be down shortly, as well, I have to say, with the lineup of 4FC, if they are able to shut down the Chaos Knight or the Phantom Lancer, either one, and then have their lone druid still getting some nice farm, they should be able to get a head start in this game. And that's the thing about the lineup for Fnatic. I mean, the Phantom Lancer, which is now invisible, but he is there. The Phantom Lancer is a hero that, I mean, if he is slowed down, I mean, in a way, he'll still get his farm later on, but he needs the time. And of course, the more you slow him down, the more time he needs, obviously. So if you're able to slow him down enough, and you might be able to buy enough time for yourself to take the game before you are overthrown by the Phantom Lancer and all his illusions. For the Chaos Knight, it's a bit different. Chaos Knight depends more a bit on levels. As soon as he's level 8 and the Wisp is level 6, we are going to see them roam around. But that will only be successful if they have a slight advantage, if 4FC is not already very far ahead. And by the time that the Wisp is able, or Wisp is ready... What? We gotta restart Judah. He's got a tango stuck to his mouse, okay. Now you know he bought tangos. Well, GG. Anyway, we're gonna see that he should have reconnected back in. I'm kind of wondering though. He went very fast. Of course, I think everybody knows the bug that he had, where you buy something and it gets stuck to your mouse and you have to actually reset all of the Dota. But it looks like it was ready. So let's see. If 4FC can win their tri lane, it will look very good for them. And we have got a smoke up actually. Are they gonna try to go? Nah, they wouldn't. Nah, they don't have they don't have magic wands or anything, so they're not ready for it. They're just gonna see. Oh, this is fun. Fnatic is causing a lot of delay today. I'm sorry for that. Try move your items. Who's next? It's all Fnatic. Fnatic stalling. Nice commercials. Anyway. But yeah, if the 4FC, they smoked up, and it's a good thing. When we don't have any delay, so don't worry about any kind of stream sniping and knowing that they would have smoked up. But we're gonna see them trying to look for blood, I guess, first blood to say that. as we're gonna see them moving towards the Radiant jungle. Let's see if they can find someone actually. Of course, if Chaos Knight is gonna lead the charge for Fnatic, then it's gonna be very hard to find someone, because Chaos Knight is of course a very tanky hero. If you want to get a first blood, Wisp is a good one to try that. Actually, Phantom Lancer is not too bad, even though he did pick up a Ring of Protection, so has got that extra armor. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out for sure. Here they come. And there goes the smoke, and there goes the disruption. Chaos Knight it is. Ice Path to follow up. Rocket Barrage. Era, can he get away in time? Looks like it might be Illuminate. Hits on everybody. They still want to go for Era, but the Tether is making it impossible. The speed is too much. The Rocket Barrage not enough. And 4FC not successful in trying to go for the first blood. As I said, it is the tanky hero that is on front. It is Era that will be escorted back to base. He actually did use his salve, but hey, he is able to stay alive. No tail, good guy. Good guy, no tail. The ward is there. They are gonna try to stop them from, of course, pulling the mid lane. Which, of course, I mean, if you have a dual lane mid, you can continuously pull this creep ramp and then make sure you try to deny creeps that walk here, so that the mid lane of the dire side is not gonna have a fun time. But of course, they don't want to be having that, so that's why they ward that. As a double damage rune is going to be picked up by the Shadow Demon, so he can harass a bit more successful. So we are going to have Keeper of Light, Phantom Lancer indeed on the bottom lane, with Wisp and Era on the middle lane, and on the top lane Trixie on his Darkseer taking it up against Release. So the lanes are basically exactly as we're expecting it to be. And we are going to see how they're going to be handling this tri-lane. I mean, normally the reason why the Phantom Lancer and the Keeper of Light are such an annoying tri-lane is because Phantom Lancer can throw out his lance. But he needs to be level 2 to do that, and he still wants to get some last hits. But if you're up against a tri-lane, this aggressive tri-lane, it is going to be very hard to do so, and that's why we see him picking up double walk first to make sure he can have an escape mechanism should they try and go on him. And we also see that it's going to be Keeper of Light who will just try to make himself useful in the jungle in the meantime. He's trying to stack, seeing if he can do that, if he can continue get experience for himself in the jungle without really having to without having to really be on the bottom lane to steal experience from the Phantom Lancer, because he probably already realized that the wards that camp is blocked. And there they clear out trees. There is of course the sentry ward there, and they will find out soon. And I think they try to get rid of towers. Oh hey, no, they counter ward. That's the one. Realizing it now, and that's yeah, trying to get rid of trees, of course. Wow, I just woke up. Maybe that's noticeable. Let's hope it isn't. But that is gonna be that ward being countered. So we're gonna see, of course, for 4FC, this lane is not successful if they're not gonna get kills. I do like that they already placed a sentry ward here, so the double walk on JK will not have that much of an effect. But they do need that initiation, and they kind of also need this guy here, as Boomski is just gonna place a ward next to the ward of the Radiant team, which is actually no, not in range of this one. It should not be in range. He's gonna come in from the back. What is he gonna do? Who is he gonna look for? What's he gonna look for? What's he gonna do? Boomski! Gotta go bottom. Okay, thank you. As the counter ward came out, and now we saw instantly we saw Fly backing off as he saw Boomski moving towards him. They might try to do something with him as he just flies through. And they're still looking for the ward. They can't see it for now. Interesting enough. And now they find it, eating trees as they go, using courier to get the vision. As Boomski is well, not going to be having his haste rune anymore. And in the meantime, Strange P is just last hitting stuff. I mean, good for him, but aggressive tri-lane so far. Not all that aggressive for us, unfortunately, and that's also why we see already JK at level 3. So if you're gonna have an aggressive tri-lane, there's two things you need to do. You need to well, multiple things, I guess. You need to either get kills to make sure your opponent is being shut down. You need to otherwise make sure that your opponent is not getting any farm. and not getting any experience. But experience-wise, he's level 3, and if we look at StrangeB, I mean, yes, he's level 3 as well, but that's the same level, so in that way, he's not being that successful as the harassment comes. The stack is there, though, the creeps are there. They might try to take him down and to stop pulls and stuff from happening, but they are not trying to get kills. They're so far trying to control the pulls, as we also see that No-Tail is able to just pull everything in this middle lane, and that's going to be one lane denied to the Queen of Pain, who's level 4. And if you compare that to Era, he's level 4 as well, but this will be different soon, because it will be Queen of Pain missing out on an entire wave of experience, and that is a lot of experience not going the way of Nose. That is basically almost an entire level. And that is pretty damn painful, as we have got here. Maybe this is the go. This could be the go. Is there going to be a disruption? No? No, there's just harassment. Oh, come on. The rocket just harassing. It's a shame. I'm still waiting for them to go on Hanny, but that's not gonna happen apparently. As we have Queen of Pain with an invisibility rune, trying to get as much experience, but we already see now it is Era that is in favor of that. Nose cannot kill him off either. Also not with No-Tail just standing around there. He can throw out some more harassment, and they're actually gonna go for it right now. There's gonna be a stun of 4 seconds on. This is the first blood. Era picking it up. And with just standing around waiting for the right opportunity. That was an invisibility rule from Queen of Pain. Well, that didn't save her life, unfortunately, and Era just taking a quick heal the moment he saw her. It's like reality drift in. That's a stun, and that's a 4-second stun of all stuns that you can have. Of course, a very great stun at that. So pretty good start there for Era on the mid lane. And of course he already had a good start with being on the Radiant side. That's of course favorable than the Dire side right now, purely for the possibility to pull there. As we have got Era on 26 last hits, with Queen of Pain being on 10 only. Something that you would not be expecting, but that's because Nose is trying to be so careful, and also of course because Nose has been denied experience. At the same time, it is still StrangeB that is highest upon last hits, and denies also. Well, denies actually just being passed by Era, but it is 33 last hits on StrangeB, and that's going to be him on his gyrocopter. At the same time, this guy is also having some good farm here. He has his hand of Midas now as well, so we'll be spiking up ahead with that. He's got 31 last hits, is now second highest. So there's 2 heroes on 4FC doing a good job farming, but they are still not having a good result of that aggressive trial, or at least it's not that aggressive. And the main thing that we can notice that about is the supports. As we see, of course, Fly is also still level 2. He's not been able to get that much experience in the jungle. As we have actually a haste rune up on the Wisp. I'm actually going to drop back mid again, because it looks like they were going for something, but no was able to blink away in time. And I'm also thinking that something is going to be happening here soon. Boomski also still level 2. It was local level 3. So they have been taking some experience here in the mid lane, and of course also from the creeps that StrangeB is gonna get harassed, because like I said, Keeper of Light level 2, so there will be Chakra Magic every single time for Hani, and he'll be just trying to spam it out. And in the meantime, here they go. Also Wisp and Chaos Knight, they walked past the ward though, and we do instantly see everybody from 4FC backing off, and I do think that Fnatic realize that, so they will be backing off, and they will make sure that they're not gonna go for it anymore. And of course, I mean, this was the perfect time for again, because normally around this time, around 7 minutes in, everybody has their wards run out, and we did just see the Radiant ward run out, but this Dire ward has been placed a bit later, so it was still there, and Fnatic was not expecting it to be there. They did get proven that it was there, so they know it too. As we have got the tower being harassed a lot here. Might actually go down fairly soon. Tower, the Shadow Demon, I'm not sure if this is what you should be doing. There's one Lance there that could be the end of his life, but he pops himself, should be okay again. Ice Path, gonna go through just in case, and the tower gets destroyed, not even gets denied. And the StrangeB also having to pop himself, but tower goes down as Queen of Pain is found, Keeper of Light, Shadow Strike has latched, and yeah, that's gonna be a kill. So that's the second kill in the game. First kill for 4FC, as Nose, first time that he actually left his lane, level 5 right now. And a solo kill up on the support, Keeper of Light, always a nice thing to have, as we have got Hani being well, pretty careful. I mean, his tower is gone. That's his safety net right there. He also still has a double walk, of course, but no mana to pop it right now. And the aggressive trailer is still lurking around, so this is going to be risky for him. But he does have the Juxtapose now, so he will have some illusions to try and take care of stuff for him. And he'll soon have that one as well. Oh, Shrilly, he's going to be dropping here. The No-Tail rotating, and only No-Tail.
How could it be any other
Another rotation coming out from Era, as now Loka might have TP'd in a bit too late there. He of course wanted to try and save his teammate, not able to do so. Now also here comes Jakiro. Tether still hits with the stun, and now No Tail and Trixie on the way out. Will there still be another Ice Path to try and stop them? No, there will not. That was just 2 TPs, a bit wasted I guess, because they weren't able to save Shirley. But it was still TPs I guess, in a way. The effort was made. It's just too late, unfortunately for him. As Keeper of Light, level 3 in the middle lane, might be trying to go for something, as we have also got No Tail standing around. If the Reality Rifts goes, they will go for it. Illuminate's gonna go through as well, and that's gonna be the Feather. And the Reality Rift misses because the blink was faster. The initiation from Fnatic was there, didn't work out as intended, as No Tail is level 6. He doesn't have enough mana to relocate just yet, but level 6 it is, and level 6 is of course the level that he wants to have to try and be aggressive. At the same time, we also see Boomski and Eros Loco standing around there, looking for something, might be trying to go on No Tail. There's a disruption on Chaos Knight though. Ice Path follow up, Soul Catcher hits as well, Sonic Wave. 2 seconds stun still hits, but is it gonna be enough? Illuminate to go through, but it doesn't matter anymore. Eros Loka picks up the kill, and a ward gets placed instantly. Very defensive, I have to say. Of course, on the same side, it is just an observer ward, but it does scout everything on this side of the river to make sure if they know if there is indeed a Wisp sitting around there trying to go for something. But nice counter again coming up from 4FC, as they are, like I said, fighting fire with fire, and they of course leave Strange Bee alone, because Strange Bee is now alone with the Phantom Lancer, and they can just leave him there. He is gonna be fine. He's gonna be harassed, but as long as Keeper of Light is not babysitting that Phantom Lancer, he should be fine. And I say that of course because Keeper of Light would be able to feed him mana, and then he would be able to land out a lance every single time, and that would still be very annoying, even though he is level 6. And also, of course, level 8 upon this Phantom Lancer. This is the result of an aggressive Triline not being aggressive enough. Extra levels on the Phantom Lancer because he was up against 3 people while he was just by himself for a lot of the time on the lane. So getting that extra experience, which actually matters a lot to a Phantom Lancer. So not a bad result for a Fnatic at all, as we have Trixie still. We haven't really looked at him just yet, but he's doing an okay job, and he is actually highest up on net worth if you look at that, but that's also because there's something in the courier. Oh, but it's just a TP screw. Okay, that's nothing then. So it is gonna be the Darkseer, highest up on net worth, with nice amounts of farm up on him. So you have got Peanut Pain Invisibility Rune activated. She's gonna go for something. Era's by himself right now. He does have Wisp being fairly close by, who's still level 6. He has got a bottle also. They might try to go somewhere soon. Maybe in the bottom lane. Maybe Strange Bee. Maybe here's Loco. It could be a possibility. And maybe they're just waiting around. At the same time, they're going to be able to spot it with this ward if they are indeed going for something. Maybe top lane. Where are they going to go? Are they going to go somewhere? Please go somewhere. No? Okay. Well, what's that then? That's a shame. Oh well. But yeah, we see Darkseer is picked up a ring of health. Also Stout Shield there. Might be going for a Vanguard, but more logically would be that he goes for a pipe, as dependent on what he is gonna pick up next time. He has some extra gold. Still have no two. I mean, this is about the time where you would expect them to try and gank a bit more, but they don't feel like they can find some targets. I mean, if you look at the top lane, like I said during the draft, Shirley is going to be a very tanky hero. He is not going to be a good ganking target, even though he might still die, but he's level 9. I'm not sure if that... He might die, but he might not, so it's not ideal at all. Even though the exclamation marks come off, we do also have Boomski there as a support, just with an Ice Path if he wants to. And Tangle hits Trixie, Ice Path. Gonna hit as well. Dual breath going through. Trixie, trouble, surges himself away on trying to. And here comes the Wisp and the Feather, and that's gonna be nothing anymore. TP's gonna come in. They want to try and take them down. Perhaps Bear's trying to get an entangle. Not gonna get it. And that's gonna be a nice save, I guess, from Fnatic. But it's also gonna be a wasted aggression going off right there, and this Era that sticks around on the top lane with Wisp TPing by himself on the bottom lane. But that's also, I mean, there's now 4 heroes for 4FC on the top lane. If they're not going to get anything done right now, if they're not going to get a kill or a tower, this would be wasted. So they are going to try to go for a tower. There's of course a lot of people here. We do have Era going back towards the middle lane. They kind of gave up on the tower perhaps. As, well, Trixie's still around here with that Soul Ring. Not that high on HP, but hey, He's gonna try to do this again, maybe with his Iron Shell. Illuminate's gonna go through from the Keeper of the Light, clearing out the creep wave as much as he can, but the Bear is there to tank up the tower as well. That should be enough, even though the Iron Shell is gonna force them back. Ice Satellite is on the creep, and Trixie, just from harassment towers, not taking that much damage as we have. Wisp and Vanera, No-Tail and Nera going towards the top lane. Gonna probably try to go from behind up on Strangebee, as we also still have, of course, Honey sticking around here. But, well, Strangebee is gonna be having some trouble here, because he's not aware that this is happening. Now he sees the Wisp, and that is gonna be marking the exit for him, as they're just gonna try to go for the tower instead. The rocket is still gonna hit on homing missile, I should call it, still gonna hit on the Wisp. And the harassment killing them. No kill though. Seems a bit of a sloppy gank with the Spears being that far out. They kind of gave away that they were actually going to be there. And also forcing support to come there with the Shadow Demon being there now as well. And we look at the supports, by the way, and we see the result of the aggressive tri-lane. The Shadow Demon and the Jakiro. Both of those being so low on gold. And that is just a result of that aggressive tri-lane, making sure that, you know, they stick around in the bottom lane trying to help out, but in the meantime not taking creeps, not taking kills, not farming jungle heroes, as we have Trixie's gonna be helped by Era and No-Tail. There goes the sun, 2 seconds only. TP and Icepet's gonna try to help out. Trixie's gonna be locked inside, and Tangle as well. Trixie's about to go down. Shrilly picking up the kill. Queen of Pain blinking after Era and No-Tail, but they will be leaving again. And this is just the counter aggression coming up from 4FC. I mean, yes, they still lose the tower, but they get a kill in return for a failed gank again. And here comes Era again and No-Tail now trying to go for the Shadow Demon. Cooldown gonna come down, hitting on 2, and that's gonna be still Shadow Demon going down. Falcon Lands doing that. Homing Missile is gonna try to hit on JK. He's gonna try to get denied before that, and it's indeed going down before it reaches him with now Honey just TPing out. Gonna go back to base to heal up. No standing around. Is she gonna go in? It could be. Potentially. Nah, they turn around. You also see Boomski going towards that bottom lane, but they're not going to go in on it. But that is actually the second tower going down in the game, of course. It was third actually, because there's now 2 towers down on the side of 4FC, with only that bottom lane tower down on the side of Fnatic. And we take a quick look at the gold graph. And of course, because of that tower also, and because of that last kill, and because, I mean, 4FC, yes, they have great response with all the TPs gonna come in and stuff, but that is supports TPing in, and they already said that supports were a bit starved at the start because of that aggressive tri-lane. So that is basically all their gold spending on TP scrolls, and they're not farming. So Fnatic is very much ahead in terms of gold, due to those supports as well as the towers and the last skill, of course. So that's going to be that experience graph also in their favor, and that's also because of those supports just not getting as much as the supports of Fnatic, as we have got. Let's take a look at this level difference. Wisp is level 8, is the lowest support level on Fnatic, but we have still a level 5 and a level 6 on the side of 4FC, and even the Garo Cup to the levels the carry for 4FC. Oh, we got drift in. Era gonna land a 2 seconds down upon Shrilly, but you know, Shrilly, tanky hero. There goes the Solka. Well, actually, it's just a disruption. Nice, the Darkseer will vacuum in there. They cannot chase it. Entangle again on Trixie. He is a lucky bear, I have to say. Surgery still hit. There's gonna be a shout helping out. Ice Pat gonna lock him in. Dual breath as well, and here goes Trixie. Is he gonna go down? Yes, he is. Garrett comes to picking up a kill. Strangebee only 1 hit away from dying, and that's gonna be him getting him pick off there from Era with a double damage rune. He pops his Phantasm, wants to try to go for nose, but actually he doesn't. How did he do that? The double damage rune too much. He was on so low HP. Triple kill for Era. 2 kills going the way of 4FC still, but. Wow, and that he still got that. It's just insane. And that's of course also a lucky crit with the Chaos Strike, but yeah, that's gonna be again in favor of Fnatic. More experience going the way of them, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put the experience graph or the hero levels away, but you see the difference. That is what happens if a aggressive tri-lane is not as aggressive as you would want it to be. And that is putting 4FC at a slight disadvantage, though I have to say, this Lone Druid could still put everything back together and fix it, as he has got no gold left because he has got the relic. So he will be able to have that soon, as we have got a gank coming off from him. Fnatic going in. They might find the courier. Courier has to be careful. They're going for Boomski. Boomski backing out of that in time as well. There's 4 heroes here of Fnatic. Wasting a lot of time if they're not going to be able to get something. Maybe they're going to try to go for Shrilly still. And there is of course a ward in the dire jungle for both sides. So Shirley did see that everything is there, so he is going to be very careful. We do see him being very careful, as he is going to just send his bear to try and get the last hits. They might lose this tier 2 tower, however. In the meantime, there's also a gank on the bottom lane, with JK being the one that they want to have. Do they have visibility? Yes, they do. They have got sentry wards on their Shadow Demon. There's the disruption, Soulcatcher. Sentry ward, double block is not going to help him enough, and that's going to be Henny going down at the same time on the top lane. Tier 2 tower is going to get dropped off. Bear is not going to die, however. Tower still dies. Buyback actually from Hani on his Phantom Lancer, just because he wants to continue farming. But good pick off for 4FC. I mean, they might have traded their tier 2 tower for it, but hey, they were going to lose that one anyway. I don't think they would have wanted to take a team fight there, not with that level disadvantage that they actually have. As we look at the experience graph, it is towards the 6k, actually towards the 7.5k rather. 7.5k gold already in disadvantage in favor of Fnatic. So that is going to be 4FC having to take it back. And we have got Gyrocops. He picked up a Claymore. Probably wants to go for that Shadow Blade to be able to gank up on people and use his Rocket Barrage next to them, just to make sure that they don't see him sneaking up on them. Of course, it's going to be mostly No-Tail as well as Fly that are going to be the ones that are going to be most susceptible to that harassment coming off from them, as we're gonna see again. I mean, the farm just continues for both teams. Oh, Wisp TPing top. They want to go for Shrilly. Here they come. There's gonna be a stun. 2 seconds only. The Tether stun still there. Vacuum back in. Ice Bat on the side. Hits on No-Tail. Pipe up on the Dire side. The Radiant side rather. Shrilly still alive for now. Macropyre going down. Trixie looking for a kill. But there is... And he still goes down actually. The Iron Shell. The Darkseer Wall doing the works. Trixie getting the kill. Can they go for more? Wisp already leaving that without his target. 2 seconds down. Legendary Loco. Here's Loco. Is going to be dropping there. Rocket Barrage going through again. Trixie might be the one to go down here. One more hit needed. Nose going to try to get it. It's actually strangely they get it, but still gets a Reality Drift in and still goes down. Double kill for Arrow. Still alive. Ice Bat's going to hit though. 2 seconds down. Still on Boomski, who's out of mana completely. And that's going to be another kill. This time for the Keeper of Life. 4 heroes going down on 4FC. With the only one staying alive is Nose, who's taking a long way around to get away from that one. And that was, again, a successful fight for Fnatic. This game has not been that kill happy as you would expect it to be. Not with when you have a Wisp and a CK on one of the teams.
Bottom tower has fallen.
But it's still the kills that do happen all end up with Fnatic being in favor in the end, or most of them end up like that. As we have a BKB being built up by Era. We have No-Tail in the meantime. He already got his earn. He's got 1600 gold though. That's a lot of gold in his inventory for a support Wisp. We have a Gem of True set on the Keeper of Light. Just wanted to go for that map control, which is of course very important. And already countering the Shadow Blade from the Gyrocopter. So his Shadow Blade is going to be... Well, it's nice to have it, but it's not going to be all that useful if you already have a Gem of True set on the opponent team. We also have, of course, the mechanism up on the Keeper of Light already. We've got the Phantom Lance, who's just happily farming, and he's not going to show himself for a very long time, so even though he does have his Diffusal Blade, so he is able to fight if he finds someone. As we have got Jakiro being picked up mid lane, still Vacuum and Shrilly trying to get away, trying to get it entangled with his bear. Not able to get it, but Shrilly still getting away, but still a kill going the way of Fnatic. As this tier 2 tower is probably gonna be their next target, because this is the last tier 2 tower that's still standing. Tower on the bottom lane is already gone, and they're gonna go in trying to see if they can find a Reality Rift, and they're gonna take the tower instead if they can't find anybody. Should be easy to take it down for them. I mean, 4FC, they don't have the teamfight potential to take this just yet, and they also don't have the Radiance just yet. It's 22 minutes in, and Shrilly, even though he had fairly free farm and he has got the Midas, it is not enough to withstand the to have enough farm. There it is actually. There is the Radiance. Finally, he has it. He is still not really on par anymore with Fnatic based on net worth, but it's not that far behind. We're gonna see what kind of difference is made, as Vanguard is now purchased by the Darkseer, as he purchased and the Pipe and the Vanguard. Both of the options I said at the start of the game. So that's gonna be him having those complete. I do think that they should be ready to fight soon, especially since Hani has got 3500 gold. Might also be going for a Radiance fairly soon, as we have got a vacuum. Hits on 2. There's gonna be Boomski, who's already down before the fight starts. Still ledges and Ice Path, but not gonna be able to do anything anymore as the stun gets dodged by the disruption. That's nice, but is it gonna be enough? That's the question. It's not gonna be enough. Sonic Wave going through, but not doing that much, and they find Strange Speed as well. He goes down. Who is gonna be next? It is gonna be a Lone Druid that actually is able to pick up all the supports. Both supports buy back. Nose will die. Shirley last one alive before FC.
What did you have?
And the Wisp and the Keeper of Light were both the ones that were returning back. And the beauty of these two is, I mean, Wisp can just TP both of them there. Now he can leave the Keeper of Light here, well, even though he has his Spirit Form on cooldown, but if he didn't, then he would be able to recall the Wisp straight away and they would be back inside the fight. That would have been nice, but Wisp is just gonna TP rather than that, and just gonna be it's gonna be helping out the rest of Fnatic again. As well, they took the last tower, so that is that, and they took a team fight as well, got four kills. The only one that didn't die was Lone Druid, which is basically the most important one, because Lone Druid still got 2 kills, so still got some extra gold, and actually picked off the one that had the gem, so has now got the gem in his bear, making sure that it is gonna be safe for Gyrocopter to actually go inside his Shadow Blade. So you have Roshan being taken down here by Fnatic. Shouldn't really be too much of a chore, even though Arrow is taking a lot of damage here. There is gonna be an Urn Charge soon helping out, hopefully, as he has actually the regen rune helping out. That's gonna be enough for that one. But yeah, there's no contest for this Roshan at all, and that's logical, of course, as well. There's nothing that 4FC can do to stop this from happening. Nothing at all, not unless they want to give some lives to try and fight that. But the danger about this is right now, if they lose a team fight, the way lanes are pushed out right now in favor of Fnatic, they will not only lose a team fight, but they might also lose a tier 3 tower, and perhaps also Rax, depending on where exactly the lane is, and if there's going to be help from the Phantom Lancer trying to help out. Phantom Lancer, who has got a heart, or is building towards a heart, so no radiance for him, as we have got a fight on side this top lane. Ice Path gonna let him air a dual breath, only clears out an illusion. Phantasm still up on the Chaos Knight if he wants to use it. 4 heroes from Fnatic, sticking around top lane, thinking about going in. If they can get a good reality rift, then they might be able to take this fight, as we have got Shirley actually in the base. And only now he's moving back towards that top lane to try and help his teammates from, well, staying alive, I would guess. Trying to help his teammate from, yeah, going down. So we have Strangely TPing back. He was farming, trying to farm some in the middle lane. I mean, that's the thing right now. The game is trying to find farm while still being, well, fairly locked inside your base. And of course, Shirley is gonna have an easier time than anybody else, because he can just send his bear and the Irradiance will do the job for him without him having to put himself at danger. But it is still gonna be not as fast as them farming for themselves. So this is gonna be 4FC. We're gonna be even further behind. It's gonna go towards the 20k gold in favor of Fnatic, 15k experience in favor of Fnatic. As we do see Fnatic, they are looking for an opening. They don't want to push up the base. They don't want to use well, they don't want to be going towards the tier 3. They don't want to be fighting up hills. They want to be picking off a hero or two before actually taking a fight. And this is going to be the chance to do so, because everybody of 4FC is outside of the base. But the counter wars that they were able to keep up earlier with the Gem of Truth set up on the Keeper of the Light is no longer going to be able or is no longer happening, which means that 4FC is going to be feeling a lot safer, since they also placed some wards, even sentry wards, so no smoke possibilities for that either, or at least not on that side. We do have them. Oh, there's the bear. Let's see if they can take care of the bear. First hit. Taking care of the bear is actually quite important right now, because bear right now is still able to get summoned, and if you kill off the bear,
Dire's bottom tower
and you force it to get resummoned, and you kill the bear again. Of course, it can't go back again. That's all the items gone for. The Trixie, Demonic Purge. That's a smoke up for FC being successful. At the same time, though, I'm not sure if that's worth it, because they are losing some HP on their tier 3 tower here. Here comes the bear, and Era actually not risking anything, just going back. 3 damage done to the tower. Wow, I say 3. That's of course not true. well, the life of Trixie paid for that damage, I guess. Anyway, as Fnatic, they're sticking around here again, and Trixie, of course, belt back, so he's back here again as well. Of course, he could get called back by the recall of the Keeper of the Light. And let's see who's gonna be going in first. If Fnatic actually wants to go in, and it looks like they are, and Tangle Ledge is on the cliff, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon again. Fortification goes off. Flag kind of trying to counter push. 3 seconds down, landing on Space B. Tower is hitting some on Era, but that's not going to be doing anything anymore. Tower still 153 HP. So the next push in it should be going down, especially since the Phantoms is still up there. I mean, this was just testing the waters for Fnatic. They want to see what the response for 4FC is, want to see how they act, want to see if they actually go in aggressively, and if they do, there's of course still the BKB ready for that ice pad, like just on Era, but it's not the call on it. Hits Tower, will still go down. Vacuum inside the Dark Sea roll. They are gonna go in. 2 seconds done. Unknows who's the first one to go down. Illuminator goes through ice pad, trying to ledge on Era as the tower drops still. And they are just gonna go for the barracks as the bear gets picked up. Sonic Wave going through, actually not being all too successful. That was Nose buying back and dying again. That is not something that should have been happening. And the barracks will drop. And the bear is there again. And this is going to be the second time that the bear is going to get picked off. And the GG is actually called. It is going to be Fnatic that is taking game 1 of 4FC in the semi-finals of the Thor Open. And we're going to see game number 2 to see if 4FC can still secure themselves a spot in the finals that are going to be happening later today in Stockholm. Stockholm, the place in which these two teams are playing right now, actually. And of course, they're going to have to force out a game number 3 if they want to be having a chance to on that, as we're waiting for the last one to disconnect. As we have got, well, Fnatic taking some pride in killing off heroes that are actually offline.
Dire's middle tower is under
But that
attack.
is going to be, it's going to be Fnatic taking game 1. So, my name is Sheever, I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. If you want to support me, subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/SheeverGaming.
Are under attack.
As you are probably used to hearing from me. But yeah, we shall see game number 2 coming up in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Of course, there's this is not the official stream. I am an official stream because I'm also inside the game client and I'm going to cast the semi-finals. But if you want to watch the casters that are actually on location, the stream channel for that is Thor Open Dota 2 on Twitch TV. So you can check that out as well. That stream has got no Tidehunter versus Pulse. Also the other semi-finals going on at this very moment. But stick around for game number 2 of Fnatic versus 4FC. I'll be back with you in a moment.